Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new playthrough. This has been one of my bigger anticipated games this year, mainly because I am a massive Crash Bandicoot fan. Back when I was a wee little tyke, the first game I ever played back on the PlayStation 1 was Crash Bandicoot 2, and I fell in love with it back then. Since I've multiple times 100% completed 1, 2, and 3, and when I heard that 4 was going to come out and was going to be a direct sequel to 3, I was so excited. I know I'm a little bit late to the party with getting this out in terms of a playthrough. It's just because I wanted to play a little bit through it and give it time to see if I still felt like it was as good as I wanted it to be, and if it was going to be worthwhile me trying to do a full 100% run through of it. And I'm going to be honest, I'm loving it. It's so much fun. It really, really brings back that old feeling of the older games, albeit with new graphics, new mechanics and everything, but it stays true to that core of what the old Crash Bandicoot games felt like. So I'm delighted to be able to bring this. We're going to play on retro mode, which is effectively the mode that means it will work like the old games. You have life counters. When you run out of lives, you go, it's game over. You have to start the whole level again. I don't think it sets you right back to the start of the game, but you definitely get kicked out of the level when you run out of lives. There is modern mode where you don't have a lives counter, and you just get sent back to the last checkpoint every time you die, but that just doesn't feel right to me. No offense or any criticism for anyone who does play that way. These games are notoriously hard, particularly when you get later into the game, and I have had some points in this game when I've been playing in my own personal time where it has been pretty challenging. But I'm reveling in the challenge. I'm loving the difficulty, and that they stay true to that pinpoint platforming that they were so famous for back in the day. But I don't want to get into a whole load of reminiscing about the good old days. Let's jump in and we'll see how far we can get. Might do this as a fairly long part because there are quite a lot of kind of cutscenes and tutorials and stuff at the very start. And if you guys could smash that like button and get this series going for me, it would mean the world to me, because this is definitely a series that is very close to my heart. So let's get going.
Crash Bandicoot. At last, I, the great Neo-Cortex, have you right where I want you. And now, the final blow!
Hush, simpleton.
Face it, Tropy, it's going to fail. Again!
At least Uka and I attempt to free us from this prison. I won't sit idly by and listen to your inane ramblings for another decade. You chew.
Is he dead?
Leave him. He served his purpose.
A great power has awoken. Crash? I fear it portends an event of reality-shattering proportions. I feel it emanating from N.Sanity Peak. Quickly, we must go! Crash! Crash! Crash!
So here we go. This is Rude Awakening. The very first level, it's not particularly challenging. But it's very interactive, this first little bit. You can turn on the music. You can turn on the TV and it scrolls through all of the main menus of the older games, and it's great. All the way up to 4. We can also grab a hat. And there's a little Spyro Easter egg here, a little pool party Spyro. I loved how they took off in that first cutscene, like right from where 3 ended, with us beating Uka Uka and Cortex and imprisoning them. I was a bit surprised that they kind of practically offed Uka Uka. I don't know if he makes an appearance at any other point in this game, but I thought it was an interesting turn. And again, we're kind of going down that road of kind of warping and reality and all that being different. This level is very similar to the very first level of Crash 1, Insanity Beach, with the crabs and the straight. I think it's so cool. And they also had a nice little throwback to, I think it was Crash 2 when Coco calls you in the in one of the warp rooms, and she's like, Crash, 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 Crash. So I thought that was a nice little, well, I suppose, I don't know if it'd be considered an Easter egg or a throwback or a, you know, whatever. But I just thought it was a nice touch. So there's a couple of things to know that are going to be different this time round. So under our lives in the top right there is our death counter.
Quickly, we must go.
We're going to have a little bit of a different setup in how things roll. So each level is going to have 6 gems, not 1 or 2, as was the previous game. The way we get 6 gems is under the Wampa counter there that will gradually fill up as we break boxes and grab gems, or grab Wampa fruit, or apples as I'm known to call them. That will gradually fill up, and at different points we will get a gem. We will get a 4th gem for getting all of the boxes in a level, as was the case in the older games. We'll also get there's a hidden gem in every level, which we will find hopefully in all of them. And the 6th gem comes from completing the level having only died 3 or less times. So that's the point of the death counter. So a little bit of an interesting shake-up, but it gives you rewards, I guess, even for not getting everything. And it kind of encourages repeat playthroughs of levels in different playstyles. It's also a really cool shot. And this is a great new mechanic. Grind rails. I love these things. They're so much fun to do. And they get really challenging. So you can see there, we got a certain amount of boxes, and that first gem popped in. So that will continue to be the case through the levels. So you're almost always guaranteed to come out with at least some gems in a level. So 67 out of 104 boxes so far. And this is where the game kind of deviates from the old style of that first Insanity Beach level. But I think it's really cool. So this is where the first hidden gem is. You can kind of see it glowing a little bit up in there. So just a jump up there. Here we can spin him. He'll take him. I also love that they keep in all of the abilities that you learned in 3. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them they keep in. So you can still do your body slam and your double jump. We don't have a Wampa bazooka, or do we have a what was it, like the tornado spin or the sprint? But the body slam and the double jump, you know, they are. I'm delighted they kept those in. Now this bonus level isn't particularly difficult. The only thing you need to remember is you can hold X and you can jump up to here. And that's the only difficult box to get. This is also another fantastic Easter. In the first game, bonus levels, there was Tawna at the very end of every bonus level, and she would be whisked away by Cortex, and you would be given a combination for that level. Because there was no save slots, you would have to input that combination to jump to that level. Yeah, it was it was a weird time. But this little couch with a Tawna pillow on it is such a fantastic Easter egg that I just love pointing out. Particularly at the end of a bonus level, like to just really hit home that reminder of how far they've come. Just brilliant. Now we'll hit that one or that Aku Aku box now, and we'll get our invincibility, which is always great fun. How cool does that look? Now, before this runs out, I want to get that. Whoa. TNT. There we go. There is also there's a little thing that they do. So in the old games, in the first one in particular, there used to be you had to complete the level without dying in order to get the gem, which made it incredibly difficult. Now you don't have to do that in this game. They are more than happy to give you the gems for levels for just ticking the boxes, but they do give you a little extra thing for completing the level, getting all the gems, all the boxes, and the hidden gem without dying. And that is exactly what we're about to do. That's 104 boxes. That's all 3 gems. We've gotten the hidden gem. And we get a nice big trophy to say we did it. So the gems unlock skins. I don't know if they'll access like a hidden ending or anything like they did in older games. But they unlock skins in this game, which is super cool that there's so many skins for both Crash and Coco. But this, the insanely perfect relic. So that's basically what you get for a perfect run. No deaths, all boxes, hidden gem, boom. I won't be getting those in every level, unless they are a vital part. Maybe I'll go back and get them in previous levels if I have to for any particular reason, if it contributes toward the 100%. It is really hard to get in a lot of levels. So, but there we go. 40%, 60%, and 80% is the thresholds for the gems. And then all the boxes, less than 3 deaths, and your hidden gem. And it puts you straight into the next level, which I was a bit surprised by. There is a kind of a world map. Not a warp room like the older game, 2 and 3, but an actual world map more akin to the very first game. But we won't get to that until I think it's the end of this level. So, this level is where things get a little bit interesting. They bring a couple more new mechanics in. These swing ropes, they're not particularly difficult, but they are fun nonetheless. Just jump on them and they swing and you can jump off to the other end. Again, these guys aren't too much of a problem, just don't run into them as they swing. They bring in a little thing here. This little barrier you have to slide under, and it's kind of letting you do it now because it's going to become important a little later. You can also climb up and down these ropes to give you, a different angle on jumps and to collect stuff that might be actually kind of up there. One other thing, when you have these kind of things, for a long time, I would have tried to spin from far away enough that I just hit the box underneath. But I found out you can actually just slide under it. And I never did that. Ever. Like, even in the older games. I don't know if they work in the older games, but I never did it. So, for this jump here, you kind of need to just climb up a little, and it'll give you the angle to get those. Under there. So this little bit with the phasing platforms in and out kind of gives you a little bit of a foreshadow of what to expect a little later on in this level. Actually, not in this level, but a little later on after this level. But first we're going to tackle this bonus round. Now, This is an interesting one that you could do in the older games, but they never told you could do. So if you crouch and then double jump, you get a slightly higher jump. If I try to double jump that, you just don't make it. So that crouch gives you a little bit extra height. And again, we'll do that here, so as we can get up to these boxes, which I'm not sure if you can reach if you don't do it that way. I want to think you probably can. So, I won't be able to slide this one because it will just kill me. But spinning far enough away like that is what I meant I used to always do, instead of sliding under those TNT boxes or nitro boxes when there's a box under them. There we go, gem 1. Now, timings. So if you're struggling for timings, you can always double jump to give yourself a little bit more hang time if you've jumped too early. Nice little thing to be able to do. Now, this in particular is quite difficult. Not to get across, but to actually do the timing so that you're hitting the boxes as well. Can be a bit challenging. Oh, damn it. Well, no insanely perfect relic for us. To be fair, it doesn't put you that far back, but this is definitely a pretty surprising spike in difficulty, like this early. But I suppose this is kind of where they... This is definitely where they kind of set the tone for what's coming. No. I always do that. The TNT boxes are the hardest to gauge because they, obviously you have to bounce on them. Oh, fuck me, that was close. Excuse my French. Okay. We got him. And we only took 2 deaths. So we should be able to get all the gems in this run. So now we get a nice little nostalgic revert back to the old levels where we would be running away from boulders or bears or whatnot. It's just a really nice touch, and that's where you get your hidden gem. It's not particularly hidden, but if you don't see it because you're so panicked about this giant thing running at you, it's understandable. And again, we'll get points where things kind of give us a breather for a second, but he does always come back. There is a point at the very end here where we'll have to take a second to grab all the boxes available to us. They kind of chuck a load of them at you, and you have to be fast. But it's not till the end of this next one. Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go. As long as we don't hit any, they do stun you if you run straight into any of these. He kind of slows down. There we go. That's what I was looking for. And then you have to narrowly dodge those boulders. But that's everything. 86, only 2 deaths. Hidden gem gotten. Finito. There you go. And we get a skin for Coco this time.
No way. Not in a million. Get him off, get him off, get him off.
Gosh, who's that?
Lanu-Loli? If the quantum masks have returned, then...
Hey, Aku, how's it go? Is that a quantum rift?
It appears to be a door between dimensions.
Yes, yes, the kind we keep shut. We have to go through, find my siblings, and fix this before some putz with a big evil plan and a bigger ego does something monumentally stupid.
Uka Uka unknowingly paved the way for our bright future. Once my rift generator is complete, dominion over all of time and space will be within our grasp.
N.Gin, embryo, you had some little projects you wanted to tell me about?
Master, my mechanical marvel will hypnotize you and I.
And my potion will make me and them unstoppable.
Right, yeah, fine, sure. Have fun with your ray guns or whatever.
Hasten your steps! By my calculations, our enemies are already moving against us, and we will prevail.
God, the facial animations are so good. He actually looked genuinely, like, determined, but also creepy. So now we get our first look at the world map, or the dimensional map as it is called in this game. Welcome to the dimensional map. Here you can select levels to play, switch between Crash and Coco, change skins, and replay levels to take on time trials. So we're going to jump between worlds, similar to the way we jumped between islands in the very first Crash game. So as you can see here, it gives you a little rundown of, you know, the time. So Insanity Island, present day, the level, and then how many gems you've gotten. So we've gotten 6 out of 6 on both of these so far. At any point, we can open up the skins menu and we can have a wee look. So we can get this skin. There is also a few that we've already gotten. I got a digital download, so we've got Totally Tubular, Marsupius Erectus. We've got Serious Upgrade and 360 No Scope, because I signed into an Activision account that I didn't even know I had, to be honest. You also get one for beating the game, which I don't know what it looks like because you can't access it. Coco, on the other hand, we've got her defaults. We've got Bighorn Energy, which makes her into a unicorn. Again, we also have one for beating the game. Then we've got Totally Tubular, Marsupius Erectus, Serious Upgrade, and 360 No Scope. I quite like Totally Tubular, to be honest. She just looks artsy as fuck, and I really like it. There is a later one for Crash that I quite like, but we won't get that for a little while. You can switch between the two as well. You don't have to go into the skins menu. We're going to stick with default for Crash for now. So this is the next world. It's going to be the Hazardous Wastes in the World 2084. I look forward to when 2084 is the present day in real world terms. Just like the way that Back to the Future is now not so future, but it'd just be cool to see when someone plays this in 2084. But I'm going to leave this world until the next part, I think. I know I said at the start I was going to make a really long episode. Actually, do you know what? I reckon we could get through this entire world in this episode. So do you know what? Let's just keep on trucking. So we're going to do a real grind. And if you've been paying attention, then this level name gives you an idea of what to expect out of this level. There's going to be a lot of grind rails.
So, we need the other masks to close the rifts?
Correct. Now, my brother Akano is around here somewhere.
Welcome to the show, girlie. Looking for your precious mask.
Behold the aforementioned putz.
Don't worry. We have a thing where we fight, he loses. It's a well-established dynamic.
Not this time. I've got a backstage pass for you to get up close and personal with my weapon of mass percussion. Come ready to rock.
I love that they very knowingly allude to the fact that, you know, yeah, we fight, we win, they lose. It's a well-established dynamic. It's very clever. So this is where we get our introduction to these quantum masks. So Lanu-Loli allows us to phase objects in and out when they've got that kind of a blue shimmer about them. And that's going to be a pretty interesting mechanic going forward. And it will make for some interesting jumps and box gets. When we have multiple masks, we never use more than one mask at a time. Shush, 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 shush. But there will be levels where we have multiple masks at different points in them. So there we go. That's... Oh, no! I can't believe I was stupid enough to think... It was just an automatic reaction because I've been jumping and phasing for the last few jumps, which is an automatic reaction. There we go. And we can go up here, grab that box, and grab these two. And the last two. We won't make the same mistake again. I don't think they actually do any damage, but you can spin them and they go flying. We got a TNT box here as well. So funnily enough, if you phase the TNT box out and it explodes, even if you're right on top of it, it doesn't do anything, which is a really nice touch. And again here, smash those and not worry about the nitro crates. Here we just do a simple jump and phase it back in, not too much of a problem. This one we kind of need to... There's a box up there that I will have to go back. I forgot I had to phase it in, but for here we're just gonna bounce along, phase the last one, hit it, and actually we might be able to... Oh no! I almost got it. I almost got it. Okay, we're not gonna get done by it this time. So, there we go. And again, this crouch double jump really comes into play. There we go. And this one, we can just phase the nitro out. You can jump over it completely. It's not too much of a fuss, to be honest. This one, once you're through, you have to phase it in, otherwise you will fall to your death. Do it too early though, and you'll get killed by the big tower just straight up killing you. And here we go, some more grind rails. And there is going to come times, particularly in some more later levels, when we'll have to run the level a couple of times in order to get the less than 3 lives and the boxes separately, because it's incredibly difficult to get all of it in one go. There we go. Grind rail done. Now, these boxes have to be body slams. There's also a box right up top there. Very easy to miss. Have to double jump to hit it. Very interesting thing as well there. You can body slam the back rows of boxes and not hit the TNT. This just hit the exclamation box and it pops in the outlines. There's a few actual crates to break as well. And we have another grind rail. This one a little bit more tricky than the last because we have to jump between rails. Take that one. Shush, shush, shush. Okay, and we have to swing out for some of these boxes. Not the easiest thing in the world to do with the perspective they give you, to be honest, but gotta jump down to hit some of these as well. Not too much of a problem. Now, this is incredibly sneaky, from my opinion. So we've got a bonus platform here. Before you hit that bonus platform, inside these tires to the left, there's a box. And there's the same under this one. So after we do this bonus level, we have to make sure to hit the box in that set of tires. Really, really sneaky, in my opinion. Right, so we're going to jump here, get our lives. Allow them to blow up. Do the same there. But here, gotta jump, phase, hit the box, phase the next one's in. And this one, again, we're just gonna phase these in. That one's a pretty tricky one to get, to be fair. For this one, we need to phase these in. If the boxes phase in while you're in the middle of them, they just break. So if you can manage to time things like that, it can be a real lifesaver. So there's all 22 of our boxes in the bonus level. We can head back out, and we're not going to forget that sneakily hidden box, because it drops us in on the left here, which means that if you don't get that one before, it's now covered, but this one is now available. Sneaky, I have to say, but I expect no less, to be fair. Now, we have a path going straight forward here, but where we actually want to go first is down to the left. A little bit of a sneakily hidden path, to be fair, but once you know it's there, you know, it's kind of hard to miss once you know it's there. Just wait out these guys throwing bombs. And then this will drop us down to here. So we haven't actually missed any boxes. Back the way we came. We've got... I'll just demonstrate. So this is right back to where we were. The path left was there. So there's no boxes in between the two. So here we need to time our jumps so as not to get eaten by the sharks, but also not to get blown up by the bombs. Not too bad. Spin him out of the way. And we're just going to wait out this TNT. If you go to the far corner, the TNT won't hurt you. Break them. And then we wait out these sharks again. Make our jump. Now, this is really interesting. Up there we've got a box, top right. So we need to grab Lanu-Loli. We need to bounce up onto this and across. Pretty sneakily hidden, not gonna lie. Now, for here, we just need to jump, jump, jump. Phase the boxes in as you pass them. I may be making it seem easier than it is. It is not an easy task to phase those boxes in while you're trying to figure out where you're going to be landing. Now, this is where we get our hidden gem. It's a pretty difficult jump. We need to slide and double jump. We get to here. Our hidden gem is up there, top left. So we need to hit this box and double jump. It's so difficult to actually make that jump. And if you don't get it with the boxes, you ain't getting it. So what we're going to have to do, this is the end of the level here. What we're going to have to do is go and die, unfortunately. Because you phase something solid in while you're in the middle of it, it does just kill you outright. This is why I'm saying it gets very difficult at times to get everything, while also maintaining only losing 3 lives. Just because it really, really puts the challenge to you to know exactly where everything is and nail every jump. Okay, so let's try this again. There we go. So luckily enough, we'll get all 3 of them this time round. It's also a really nice thing to know. You can delay that second jump as late as you want, which is a really handy thing to do. So, there's all our boxes. There's our final gem. And he takes a selfie, because modern technology, am I right? There's all of our gems. Rocket Head is the skin we get for that one. And we'll just continue on. All in all, it's gone pretty smoothly. Pretty happy with it so far. there will come a point later on, definitely, where I'll be making some mistakes, and I might have to do some editing and cuts so as I'm not going through the same level over and over again. Just to show off, here is that skin. It's kind of N.Gin themed with the rocket. Ironically, I don't know if it actually mentions it, but the people of this world refer to N.Gin as Rocket Head. Don't know why that could possibly be. It's not like he has a rocket sticking out of his head or anything. But just an interesting point to make. This one I may have to run twice because it is really challenging to get all of the boxes as well as the 3 lives. Within the 3 lives, basically. I'll show why. There's a particular point towards the end of the level that you kind of have a challenge with. That is pretty important. So this is called a flashback tape, and they're honestly some of my favorite things about this game. In order to get a flashback tape, you have to get to where it is in the level without losing a life, which for some levels is definitely easier said than done. What it does is it unlocks a level that you can play, and it's set back before the events of the first game, when Crash was in Cortex's when Crash was in Cortex's captivity, and he was experimenting on Crash. So it runs you through some extremely difficult levels, where they're really fun. I love them, but I love them because I love that level of challenge. For some people, it's not easy. Whoops. Probably should have slid that. But it gives you a relic depending on... I could have sworn oh, there's boxes in here. That's what it was. Could have sworn there was something in here. It gives you a relic based on how many boxes you get in that level. Just hop up here and we'll grab these boxes. Do not spin. TNT will go boom. As he blows himself up anyway. And then kills himself again. This is a real danger of this game, is if you get complacent, it's very easy for this kind of thing to happen, where you just lose a load of lives in very quick succession. Now, I have just remembered what I was saying at the start of this level about it being really difficult to get gems in this level. I was thinking of the next level, not this one. I don't think it's possible for us to get all of the gems in this level, because it's not possible for us to get all the boxes in this level as we stand. So I'll get as many as I can find. So that's Tiny Tiger there, I think. So we can go right there, but just at the bottom of the screen here you can see that we have another little platform here. It's only for 1 box, and it's not vital to get this time around. This is where I make the point. So there's a platform here that hasn't, it's not solid, and it's because we need to have the red gem before we can use it. So we can't 100% this level until we get the red gem. And we will get it at some point later on. The colored gems are usually notoriously well hidden. Oh, I just missed a box there. Now, an interesting one here. There is this. Now, getting back out of here is a bit more of a challenge, but we could do it like that. I'm not going to go back and get that previous box that I missed on the slide, just because there's not really much point, to be honest. There's our hidden gem. Let me grab that real quick. We've got some boxes over to the right here that are quite well hidden. But there's no point in me going back for that box, because we're not going to get all the boxes in this level anyway. Oh, whoops. Just bear in mind that the finished total of boxes that we end up with in this level is going to be -1 if we had gotten that box. So our way back over. The little yellow circle that appears under us is a nice touch. It makes for a little bit easier platforming, and it's kind of in place of the old, like, we used to use a shadow. The shadow that would be under Crash as the gauge of where he would land. So they've made it a little bit more evident with the yellow circle, but it is still effectively the shadow underneath your model. So, we have got a few boxes that haven't popped in just yet. What we're going to do here is we're going to ignore a lot of those boxes. For this one, we're going to hit the middle one and keep going. Take a jump over that real quick, and then we'll hit that. Now, I don't like to try to go through these. I prefer to go over them because they're quite hard to hit. Hit those, and now we can collect the boxes that we left. So there we go. Having come back to collect those, we can now get all of these boxes. And for those who don't know, the boxes that allow you to bounce on them, they usually allow 5 bounces before they break. There are a couple of points like this where I've bounced on these already. If you leave it a certain amount of time, they will just break first time. I've missed a box somewhere. Oh, I think I know where it is. I think, yeah, there's one at the top there hidden from view. Almost forgot about it. Not that it makes a whole lot of difference. We're still going to be short a few boxes at the end of this level. You can see there's a lot of blue shimmers over there, so we're going to be getting Lanu-Loli fairly soon in order to get through the rest of this level. Now, before we hit that, I just want to check. Ooh, that was a little dangerous. Yeah, there are some boxes up there. I think it's just the one. Yeah. That's going to activate the TNT anyway. Oh, these are actually... I went running across this, forgetting that they are actually boxes. Take him out. And here we get Lanu-Loli. So we can phase that in on the right there, and we can take a double jump across. There's some boxes up top here. I'm gonna break that, wait for the fire to die down. I just want to have a quick look. I can see something up there. Can't really tell what it is though. But it's fine. We're just gonna go this way for now. That's gonna let us up here, and from here we can go left. And this is where what I can see is. And it is just a few more boxes, but important to know to get anyway. Wait for the fire to not be kicking out too much, and then we can drop down, jump back across, and a few phases to get our way across, and we'll be fine. So this one, we just need to time so that we can get over the bouncing, whatever they are. Spike balls, I suppose. This one, just jump through, hit the phase when you get to the far side. You can see that there's a box up there. We can't get that from here. Once we get to the bottom, there is a spike bit under us, so just watch out for that. From here, jump through phase, bounce up. From here, there's a pretty tight jump here, but we need to make it through and phase this other one in. And from here, take a couple of jumps to get this crate. Now, from here, I prefer, just because it's a little easier, to go back down this way. It's kind of hard to gauge where things are under you if you try to jump down the right hand side. And watch out for the fire here. And there we go. So we're missing, if we'd gotten the one that was on the slide, we'd be at 118, which means we're still missing, you know, close to 20 boxes. So we'll come back when we get the red gem in order to get 100% on this level. All in all, we got everything else though. We got the flashback tape, we got the hidden gem, we did it in lesson 3, and we got, you know, enough to get the 3 other box gems. So, we'll continue on. And getting that flashback tape will unlock our access to all of them, which is, here we go, rewind time back to the 90s. Play flashback tapes to experience Crash and Coco's training in Neo Cortex's test chambers. So, when we go in here, you can see that there is all of these. So, some of them are Coco, some of them are Crash. So, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 11 Crash and 10 Coco. We may as well do the first one now. It's obviously going to be the easiest of the lot because it is the first one. But we are apparently subject number 218. Just so as you know. In case you were ever wondering how many Bandicoots or animals Cortex experimented on. So this brings you back to the old. Even the music is like it's the music from the first one. Actually, this one is from the second game. This is from the future worlds of the second game, and a lot of these levels are exceptionally tricky. Require a lot of pinpoint platforming, particularly the likes of this.
They weren't placed as an impenetrable barrier.
So, having gotten all those, it gives you an idea of what to expect. So, the later levels are a lot more unforgiving. This one isn't too bad, but it does require quite a lot of accurate jumping. It doesn't even, it doesn't actually give you your, oh damn. You don't run out of lives on these levels, by the way, which is a nice thing to remember. But it does, there's very few checkpoints, and one of the harder points is the fact that it doesn't give you your little yellow circle under Crash to know where he's going to land. So that kind of makes it a little bit more difficult. Oh, actually, it does at some points, but it's really hard to see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold X for your extra high jump so that you can reach the higher boxes. There is a huge difference between just bouncing on a crate as normal and holding X to get that higher altitude jump off it. There we go. So I was going to wait for that TNT to pop before we hit the checkpoint. This one. Oh, that's a tight one. Really need to be hitting that hold X to get the distance on a lot of these jumps. And absolutely abuse the double jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now for this one, I like to take all of the high road boxes and go the whole way back down to the start for the rest of them. Hit the TNT again. I prefer this one. This last bit can be a bit misleading. Do not drop for those bottom ones until the very end. And from here, what you're really going to want to do is hit one out of the two the whole way across so that you have one box that allows you to return. And that will give you all of them. 118.
First test complete. Well done, subject.
So with that, you get your relic. There are 3 types of relic. I think they're classified into silver, gold, and platinum, but I'm not 100% sure what the naming conventions are for them. And it all depends on how many boxes in the level you get. If you skip a load of boxes just to get to the end, you'll still get one. Oh, I actually don't know what that first one is. It's something gold and platinum. Not 100%. So you get the first one just for getting through it. Doesn't matter how many boxes you get that relic. 90% of the boxes for the gold and all of them for the platinum. So Hit the Road is the level that I was talking about before Crash Compactor. This is the one where it's really difficult to get all of the boxes and less than 3 lives because of a little segment at the end. It's a really fun level, don't get me wrong, but I've ran through this so many times in order to get everything. There is a few sneakily hidden stashes of boxes in this level as well that you kind of have to watch out for. Okay, so these, weirdly enough, you can hit. Not really sure why, but however. Electrical wires, watch out for. Obviously these guys don't spin them when they're spinning at you. I prefer to hit these boxes from the top, so as I'm not setting off the TNT. These conveyor belts are going to come into play a lot in this level. These guys who have the fire on their helmets, make sure you don't try to bounce on the top of. At this point, don't go any further. Come towards the screen and you'll find a hidden stash of boxes. Really, really difficult ones to find if you don't know they're there. I accidentally wandered into them when I was playing through my own personal time. And again, watch out for this dude, he says, as he misses the jump. Anyway, we'll make our way back to there real fast. Bam, 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 bam. An interesting point to make as well. Whoa. Crates that would give you a life, an extra life. If you die, they no longer reward an extra life, but they give you a golden Wampa fruit, which is I think worth 10. So they don't really allow you to kind of abuse that. There we go. So come back again towards the screen for a few more boxes. They do really like that in this level, don't they? This one, I can't remember if there's a box up top now. Okay, so we've got some kind of difficult to gauge jumps here. And it introduces us to this new box, which I think is just devilishly cruel that they would give you a box that can kill you. So if you try to break that box while it's on fire, you'll die. Or you'll take damage anyway. If you've got an Aku Aku box, then, you know, obviously you won't die, but it'll do a bit of damage. Because we've died, we can't get this flashback tape. So we will have to come back through this level in order to get that. We need to get to this point without dying. I know we've only died once, but, you know, it's unforgiving like that. So we will have to run through this level again to get that flashback tape. There's a possibility I won't get through this level in less than 3 lives while getting all the boxes anyway. So we may have to come back. Another point to make as well, in the bonus levels, dying does not consume a life. You can die as many times in a bonus level as you like, and it won't count. I may have made some slight mistakes here. Don't think I can... No. I can't get those... Actually, I might be able to. So we're gonna hit these. From here, we're gonna jump back and grab these. And we're going to hit this very isolated nitro explodey box, which is going to allow us to get these 3. And this jump is really tricky, so you need to slide through and jump, and just kind of gauge it so that you clear the... Oh, damn it. I thought I could slide under it, but apparently there wasn't enough space. That was unfortunate. That jump can be kind of difficult. You need to gauge the slide so that you clear the metal boxes above you before you jump. There is also another way that we could do that in hindsight, where we could not hit that exclamation box and hit the belly flop those boxes first. What I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to hit this TNT now so that we don't have to worry about that at the end. So there we go. There's all 19 boxes. So slide, and you can still get off your full double jump with that slide jump. Those kind of jumps will be hugely beneficial later on in the level as well, where you need to slide through something. Or even if it's not even through something, but you might need to slide just to give you an extra bit of distance on a jump. Oh, come on. Some of the precision that you need to hit enemies can be a little bit tricky at points. Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to happen. I also feel like there may have been a box up top there. No? Okay, that's fine. This one, definitely a bit tricky to do. But managed it okay. This dude, take care of him, no problem. Hit the checkpoint, and this is where things will start getting a little bit interesting. So this, oh no, this one will start to rise. You gotta watch out for the fire there. But we're not gonna take that just yet. I want to get this Aku Aku box. So we are gonna have to wait for it to come back down, which is fine. Once it starts coming back up, we'll use it to get up to that higher conveyor belt. Gotta watch out for the fire though. So from here, goddamn fire. From here, things can tend to get a little tricky. Gotta watch out for the fire. We will get Lanu-Loli, and this is where things get a little dicey. So here, we need to bounce up to this. Up higher there. Oh, I always forget that I need to phase that back in. This is one of the big problems that I find with oh, come on, dude. Okay, we're definitely going to need to do this a third time. When you're traveling down, gauging what's under you is quite challenging. So, again, we're going to need to hit this, grab that box, phase it back in to land here. You can destroy that box. It's not a huge big deal if you don't. When we blow up the nitros towards the end of the level, it will destroy it anyway. But we're going to need to wait for this to start, this platform to come back up so that we can jump on it. Need to hit that TNT because that won't blow itself up later. Need to jump onto that and across. Now, I like to hit this checkpoint first because this is not an easy jump. We need to do our slide, which isn't even the hardest part. We need to slide under this, clear the nitro, and jump up onto that box above the nitro. So slide, double jump, and up we go. We don't need to break that box because when we blow up the nitro, it'll break as well. But this is how we get our hidden gem, as well as a couple of boxes that are very easily missed. This one doesn't seem to turn off, but we can phase it out, so that's not too much of a problem. Again, we need to phase out the fire as we make our way through. Don't hold jump for getting these boxes, it will kill you. Once we drop to here, that's most of the hard bit taken care of. Just watch out for this flamethrower here. It's very easy to just fall into that trap. Oh, whoops. Oh, come on. We can definitely make it up to the top of that. That's just mean. That's just mean. I loved they definitely kept in the various animations for different deaths. Nice little touch, in my genuine opinion. Again, just make sure you don't hold down jump when you're hitting those. It will send you straight up into those nitros. Okay, let's try this again, and hopefully we can actually land. There we go, on the top of these. There we go. Break them down. Hit that box. Oh no! Oh, that is so... Some of the little traps are so sneaky in where they are. Okay, let's do this again. I remember this one, but not the other one. Oh, no, we almost forgot again. There we go. So just slide under that one. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Oh, it's so unforgiving. So unforgiving. Okay, we're not gonna forget about them this time. Wait. There we go. Right. This is where things get interesting. So, this is gonna start coming towards us. But we're not gonna be running from it. We're gonna be jumping into this ball and trying to outrun it. There's going to be a lot of boxes that come flying at us. We are moving at quite a fast pace, so we definitely need to be on the ball, no pun intended, for hitting these. The water does also slow us down, so we need to try to not be in the water as much as we can. But there are points where we will have to just... I think that counted. Okay, so that's the first segment done. So we'll hit our checkpoint. Now, if we hit one of these bins, it will pop out this. I don't know how you would figure this out. I accidentally spun a bin and got this. But it'll drop out this remote control, spin it, and a car will appear. Keep spinning it, and the car will reverse backwards into that nitro. And that's how you get the green gem. I don't know how you would be expected to figure that out by accident. I did, by complete accident. This segment is a lot harder to get all the boxes for because there's a couple of points where you go up top, meaning that if you miss it like that, you're just going to have to let yourself die in order to get the box, because if he himself in the big truck hits a box, it does count as you breaking it, to the best of my knowledge. So, the higher up ones, if you don't nail them, you don't get them. Oh, I did it again. I cannot believe I have missed that same box twice. But as you can see, like, as long as you're aiming for most of the boxes, for most of the game, you're not really worried about your lives counter, so that's why I don't really tend to be too fussed about... There we go. I don't tend to be too fussed about running out of lives. This one. Hit that box. Grab those 4. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No. Let's not screw this up now. Oh, damn it. There we go. Hopefully, that'll be all of our boxes. How many have we got? 157. We missed 2. Oh, god damn it. That's just really frustrating. But hey ho, we got 66 out of 168. We got 3 gems, and we got our 4th one for the hidden gem. So we'll have to go back through this level anyway. Yeah. And we got our green gem. So all in all, it's not too bad. We will replay this level to get the less than 3 lives. We may have to do it a third time if I can't get all of the boxes and 3 lives. But I'm not 100% sure where the 2 I missed are. Because I thought I got all of them. Oh, and we can get the flashback tape this time as well. As long as we don't die here. So that's definitely a positive. Now, is there anything above those boxes? No. Okay. Are any of these bounce boxes or anything like that? No. Okay. And then we'll hit this checkpoint. I just want to have a quick look before I commit too much further. Just to see, was there any side passages here? No. Okay. That's fine then. We'll hit up this bonus level. We should be able to do it in one go. I'm gonna demonstrate the way I was talking about before, where we hit those first, and then we can hit that. So we don't actually have to come back for those. Here we can just bounce those, hit the 2 on top. We can hit this, and with 3 boxes remaining, it's these 3. So while we wait for that TNT to go, we can just jump back to here. I find that a little bit more of an efficient way instead of backtracking after blowing up those nitros. Now, I just want to be careful that I don't miss anything here. Yes, you can actually get under there. Oh. Okay, now, is there any side passages we can take here that I don't want to miss? There's probably a box up top here as well, is there? No? Okay. Okay. That's what I was trying to do last time. Okay. Gonna take this nice and easy. I can see that there's a passage over there, but I think I get to it naturally. Yeah, I do. So where would we be missing boxes? Oh, god damn it. I completely forgot about that. Unless there's a way to get up there, which I don't think there is. I know for a fact that you can 100% this level because I've done it. What I might actually do, just so as I'm not standing around waiting, just hit that while we wait for it to come back up. Oh, why did I do that? That was so stupid. Silly, silly me. That one. It's probably unnecessary to hit that in hindsight, just because the nitro is going to blow it up anyway. But I like to get the Wampa out of it. It means I maintain my levels. And we won't phase anything out from beneath us this time. Go. Oh no. Oh. Well, that's just unfortunate. Can't believe I screwed that up. Okay, patience is the name of the game, guys. Patience is the name of the game. How many boxes have we got? 76. Hopefully we won't mess this up this time. Took a bit of a risk there, to be honest. Right. Here we go. Up. Hit those. Even though you've already collected it, you can grab the hidden gem on a work back around the level. Not really sure why, to be honest with you, but it's good to be aware. Oh, why? Why, Luke? Why? Do you know what? I bet that's what it was. I bet that's where the 2 boxes is. I forgot to go back around to get these after I died. That's probably what it was. Because there was definitely a good few times where I got back to here and just went straight across. So let's just not screw it up now. Because we know what to expect. We can't really afford to lose any more lives. Hopefully we can be... we can have enough attention to do this. So we're not going to get done by these flamethrowers this time. There we go. Right, let's see, can we get this in one try?
Are you ready to start your sabotage?
Alright, let's go. To be fair, there's only a few boxes we actually straight up need to hit ourselves along these paths. I like to try to hit all of them, because if he hits them, we don't get the contents of them, the Wampa fruit and all that. We also don't need to re-get the green gem. Oh, damn it. Sorry, he breaks it anyway. Once we've got them, you know, you've gotten them for life, effectively. There we go. Hit our checkpoint and keep on motoring. Let's see if we can do this without missing any of those high boxes. Yeah, there we go. One more high box to get, and then we are home safe. I hope. Excellent. Come on, Crash. Don't fail me now. Nearly there, nearly there, nearly there. Yeah, boy. Right, time will tell. Were those 2 boxes the one I missed? Yes, they were. That's what I missed out on. So there we go. All 6 gems. We only died 3 times, so we get that gem. Whew. Nice. Alright, and that opens up the boss fight with N.Gin. We've got another flashback tape that we can go and do, but I'm going to leave it for now. The new skin that we got is this one, Right Now. Some people probably love this. The whole neon thing isn't really my thing, to be honest. So, let's take on N.Gin in Stage Dive. This is a really cool fight, I find. I think some of the older games had a bit of criticism that their boss fights were a bit boring, a bit repetitive, disinteresting. I love what they've done with this.
All right, all you bloodthirsty lunatics, put your freaky little hands together for Rocket Head! 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Prepare for a beating, Bandicoot.
I just think this is wicked. So you spin these at the speakers, which gradually break. And when they break, we get an opportunity to jump up and hit N.Gin and his giant robot of mass percussion, which is what he was alluding to earlier. Now, we do have a time limit. And now things get interesting. I start firing what are effectively sound waves at you, which I think is just sick. Intermittently, it will send you enemies that you can spin into the speakers. It doesn't really matter which speaker you hit. As long as you hit 3 times, you're safe. Just crouch under the red ones, jump over the green ones, and you won't have a problem. Honestly, I think some of the hardest parts of this boss fight is actually getting up to him in time. Because we need Lanu-Loli for a couple of attempts. From here, you can actually bounce on the drums as well, which I think is really cool. So now we get a 3 span wide. And everything is actually in time with the music that's playing, which I think is such a nice effect. Now, it does, like, the speed of these things coming at you does get a bit challenging at points, I have to say. You really, really need to kind of be concentrating as to what you're doing. But overall, oh, damn. But it doesn't set you back to the very start of the boss fight, which I'm kind of on the fence about, to be honest. Yes, it would make it extremely difficult to have to go through the whole thing again, but I think I would have liked it more if I had to go back to the start of the boss fight. I don't know how hard later boss fights get. Maybe that's just me, but... Alright, so these ones move around, which make it a little bit more difficult, but not too bad. And now we have the final part, which is obviously the hardest part. So now we're dealing with very few platforms, and these guys are a lot more challenging to get to in time. Also, I love that what's under these platforms is a crowd. You can see the hands kind of sticking up. I think that's just a fantastic little touch. Okay, so here we go. Here's number 3. And this is obviously the hardest one to get up to him for, because you're so far away. And actually getting to him proves to be a little difficult. But we should be able to do it. There we go.
My beautiful creation.
There you go. An exceptionally fun boss fight overall, I have to say. So much so that from the sounds of things, my dog also agrees with. He really loves to go haywire while I'm recording. Just seems to be his thing. So that is our second quantum mask that we're chasing at the moment. That's a Kano. He will give us access to an entirely different set of movements. And will also allow us access to the next world, which is Salty Wharf 1717, which is a kind of a pirate-themed world, which I love. This world in particular has been one of my favorites so far. But I think I've gotten far enough for now. I think I'm going to call it here. We'll do that flashback tape that we got in the next part. and we'll tackle this next world. But for now, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope I've helped you out if you've been missing a few boxes or any hidden gems. Until next time, guys, take care.